Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Three Star Podcast. We are here discussing the 2020-2021 WWE Hall of Fame Induction Ceremony. We thought we'd start off tonight maybe talking to Tony here. Now that we got him back on the stream, we're going to see if he wants to discuss a little bit of Monday Night Raw and give us his thoughts since he wasn't on the stream last night.
My thoughts are hashtag fuck them birds.
Well done. All right.
Birds are trash.
They really are.
A man of few words. But hey, all right. So with that, we're going to move on to the
trash, boy.
Yeah. We're going to move on to the induction ceremony, and we're going to go through each inductee individually. We're just going to kind of give our thoughts. Maybe discuss our favorite matches, stuff from their careers, what we really enjoyed, and we're going to start off. We'll kind of work our way up, kind of to the main event of each class. So I thought maybe we just start off with the Warrior Award. Titus O'Neil is receiving that this year, or last year, actually. Any thoughts?
I mean, outside of wrestling, Titus does a lot for his community and everything else. So I mean, it's a fitting award for him. But I think the only real thing that stands out to me about Titus O'Neil is the Saudi Arabia show when he comes flying down that ring, bro.
I mean, Sally.
He was decent with primetime players.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
I mean they were tag champs for, if I remember it, quite a while before New Day started their streak. But
I'm just saying though, the fun.
Darren Young, that's the name.
Yeah, Darren Young. Yeah,
the most
Black Cena.
Yeah, Black Cena, absolutely. But it is kind of sad that is going to be one of the things he's most remembered for. Is
what do you mean sad? He took that.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah,
he ran with that like a champ.
That is sad. He's like the shock master of our generation.
That's okay. Fair comparison.
Very, very good.
That's fair.
I mean, I've also heard. I don't know if it does. I've heard somewhere actually that he is involved in catering in the back, and he's a great chef.
Probably.
I guess that's true. I don't, if so, all right, cool. But yeah, he definitely does a lot of good humanitarian stuff. What do you like? Father of the Year or something one year as well, stuff like that. So yeah, a Warrior Award is very fitting for him, I'd say. Moving on, I guess, to the next inductee.
You said the shockmaster of
yeah. Hey.
I mean, he's not wrong.
No. Speaking of, I don't know. Boldly going where no one's gone before. I don't know. William Shatner got inducted into the celebrity wing.
Did he really?
Yeah, for 2020. Yes.
I don't even remember.
What has he done for the company?
Well, they already aired this part. We're filming this during the middle of the ceremony on the Peacock Network. But he had actually made quite a few appearances. Maybe 3 or 4 max. But I know he he was singing different iterations of wrestling theme songs in one appearance where he was singing Cena's music or Rey Mysterio's, and then they showed him in the King's Court.
Spoken word thing he did in the past.
Oh Jesus, I forgot all about that.
Yeah. I had no knowledge, but I had no knowledge of him doing it for the company, but I know he did he would take songs and just do spoken word with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a video. It's Shawn Michaels, John Cena, and
Triple H.
Mm-hmm. Oh my! I'm gonna have to look that up later.
Yeah,
I'm a huge Star Trek fan. If anyone doesn't know that,
awesome.
And I love fucking Shatner.
Mm-hmm. And I think he just turned 90 years old. Did he not?
The only thing I knew about Shatner was I knew he played paintball.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that either.
There's this place up in Chicago called CPX, and it's like this big 4,000, 2,000 aside.
Mm-hmm.
He was there with one of them. I seen the YouTube video. He was going in too, man. But yeah, that's the only thing I knew about Shatner besides, Star Trek.
I mean, he was also part of the first interracial kiss on actual television too, with the chick that played Uhura.
Michelle.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, they did that on Star Trek.
I can't remember
the first
her name either.
interracial kiss.
my dad knew I didn't remember her name, he'd probably kill me.
Caught a lot of flack for it, but
yeah, right. But they also showed the clip of him on the King's Court with Jerry the King Lawler. So I guess that was back in '95, I believe is what it was.
I was like 3.
Yeah, so yes, 26 years ago. But I guess he's made some appearances. So the celebrity wing. I mean, they put in Drew Carey for being in one Royal Rumble, maybe
the 2001 Rumble,
right? So I mean, the celebrity wing has just gotta they've worked with the company a few times, or you want to fill it up. Yeah. Our next inductee are the Bella twins, Nikki and Bree Bella. Trailblazers, you could say.
No.
First twins.
No.
At least.
No. I don't even think they were the first twins in the company, were they?
Well, not the company, but maybe the Hall of Fame, I'm guessing.
Okay, first twins in the Hall of Fame, maybe, but
okay, that's
one of them.
What the fuck have they done? The one was banging Cena, and the other one banged Daniel Bryan. They both got kids, and they're
the only thing
Johnny Ace.
Right now. Well, yeah.
So,
tell me what
I got nothing.
The only thing I'll say that is going to, in my mind, come across as positive is they showed us what we didn't want. And it was their style of wrestling. It was that diva style of wrestling.
Yeah, but
it eventually got to the point where we don't want to see you wrestle like this anymore. Give us something good. Yeah. And I think it was during the Ronda feud with Nikki, where they're like, we started the women's revolution. Bitch, no, you didn't.
The fact that they made Ron.
They were the reason. Yeah. The reason it started, I guess, technically, was because of you, because we, as fans, were tired of seeing it. So I guess if you want to take it in that perspective, then yeah, sure, you guys started the revolution.
Well, it might not come to.
I got nothing on that one.
It may not.
We're probably going to get a lot of hate comments for me and Tony.
And don't forget they had to pipe in the one more match chant during.
I was just about to say that during their induction.
They're wanting.
Someone wants one more match.
They're talking about wanting to come back too.
I've heard this fall they may make a return for a stint or a run. So I was about to say it may not go well with this panel apparently, but
I don't want to see them.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him in the ring. I'll say that. I would if they want to do like backstage appearances and shit like other legends and Hall of Famers, fine by me. But don't step in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Last time you all were here, Liv Morgan got injured.
Mm-hmm.
They might as well send them to AEW. They can fit in real well with their women's division.
Bro. I'll let that one go. But I mean, I guess the Total Divas and or whatever was a success, and WWE loves to get their name out there any way they can, and that was definitely good publicity. And it's not a show for me.
For Total Divas, just say Total Divas. Don't associate with wrestling.
All right then. Okay, so we'll move on then, I suppose, to Jushin Thunder Liger.
Oh, they actually put him in?
Yeah.
I thought I heard somewhere that he wasn't getting good put in.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah,
in the video package, he thanked the fans and said he had goosebumps and everything, which is cool. I mean, he's a legend, no doubt, but he's only been in WWE once, and that was for NXT a few years ago.
He did stuff for WCW.
That's WCW, though. I mean, granted, WWE.
Vince, I guess they carried the history there, but
yeah, some of the matches he had WCW and the cruiserweights and stuff, I believe.
Them was dope, though.
Yeah, they were great. I mean,
he's a legend, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely.
I loved his retirement match at Wrestle Kingdom, whatever the fuck number we're on.
Don't know.
14 or some shit. 15 maybe. I don't know. His retirement match was great.
Yeah, I mean, did the whole induction speech in Japanese, I believe.
He did some in English too.
Yeah. I think he finished it for sure, especially. Well,
that's a good one.
I agree. He should be in.
And we're starting to get into some of the more, I think, more deserving for the year, probably. The British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith.
Finally,
yeah,
long overdue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I seen that and I go, really, this long?
Yeah,
it's good. I choose Davey Boy.
Well,
maybe because of the dog. I don't know what it was about, but he's the reason why I wanted a
Matilda.
Yeah, he's the reason I wanted a British Bulldog in the first place because I seen him with one.
Yeah, actually, he had was it Davey Boy? Is it Junior? Is that his name?
Yeah.
So he was the one who inducted him, and he had a bulldog out on there on the.
And Bulldog's name was Buffy. Said it was Matilda's granddaughter.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So
I'm surprised Natalia wasn't also. Was Natalia also out there?
No, it looked like it was more. You know,
it was his wife, his son, and his daughter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But well deserved.
Did include Natalia.
That maybe the reason why it took so long had nothing to do with like the Hearts and some of their animosity.
I would think not.
I
don't know.
Him himself, I wouldn't see it. But didn't he also tag with Owen?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Hart Foundation.
Wasn't he? Didn't he beat Owen to be the what David Boy said? Didn't he beat Owen for the European title to be the first European champion or something like that?
They did mention it, but I can't remember if it was Owen. I think it might have been. I think they did say because he was the first one.
Owen.
Yeah,
that's another sad one that we'll probably never get in.
Yeah, and obviously
that's because of his wife.
Well, yeah,
and obviously the most well-known match is him and Bret Hart SummerSlam '92 for the Intercontinental title.
I was not even a year old.
Yeah, I read in Bret's book that Bulldog was completely coked out of his mind, and he had to lead him through that entire match. Like his back was.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Wow. It said he had to lead him through every step. So
Jesus.
That could just be a chance of Bret putting himself over, saying that Davey Boy's dead, can't defend himself, but
I would hope he wouldn't do that to family, but I hope not. But yeah, I mean, if that was the case, for that match to turn out as well as it did, I mean, and to live on and right there at Wembley Stadium and everything. All right, well, we'll move on to what I think is one of the more underrated top heels of all time, John Bradshaw Layfield.
No, my man at the end of that was funny.
Justin Hawk Bradshaw.
Yeah. I mean,
he was like, he goes, serious note here, people. If I ever offended you or I said anything to you in the back, I want to, it's like, I apologize, you snowflake, dude. I died. I was like, yo, you was asshole.
It's like,
Did he swerve everybody?
Yeah. At the end of his speech, he said
he got a serious face and everything when he started to do it, and then he was like, I'm just playing.
I actually thought he might apologize, and I was like, nah, I should have known better.
I mean, JBL, a lot of people shit on his run, especially after he cut the hair and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But that's when I was around the ages you guys were when you guys probably all started watching. I was around that age for me, and his match with Eddie.
Oh yeah,
pretty sure.
Got busted open bad, yeah.
And he actually
the one where cut a little bit too deep there, Eddie.
No, that was a legit busted open.
Wait, who was Eddie facing? Who was he facing then when he cut too deep? I could have sworn that was JBL in a rope type match.
Yeah, the Texas Bull Rope, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And then, I loved his run with him and Farouk as the acolytes.
Yeah, APA,
No, I'm just saying the acolytes before they went to the
APA. With the
and they were just
corporate
ministry.
Dark Ministry.
Yeah. And then when they transitioned to the APA, I thought was some of the best shit.
Yeah,
especially the backstage poker games, and apparently too, Farouk told this story of one time they went to a bar, and since they're both these big hosses, they go into a bar and they would legitimately pick a person that knew was going to start some shit with them, and inevitably get into a fight at bars. And he said one time they got into this huge bar fight. And Teddy was supposed to go park the car. And they come charging out of the door. And Teddy still hasn't found a parking place.
Oh, my.
And they jump in the car. And Teddy just looks at him like, what the hell are you doing? He says, meanwhile, people are charging out of the door for him. And he goes, Teddy, drive.
I mean, he flat out.
Honestly sounds like the most JBL thing to do something like that.
I mean, he even mentioned Teddy and, they
Ron
together. Simmons. All talking about the road trips and everything. And so, yeah, I mean, that had to be a trip.
Yeah.
But what I consider, though, his best work is when he became JBL.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Clearly, his matches with Cena and Eddie Guerrero, which he even thanked in his speech as well, and some of that stuff. I just, back in 2005, that era,
shit heel.
Yeah, that era of 2004, 2005 SmackDown, when everything was just, I thought was hot on
And
the
I
show.
personally, I loved his finish. That clothesline?
Yeah.
Sorry if you guys hear a train in the background, too. I can't stop that from happening.
We can't hear it. No worries.
I can't hear it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. So yeah, but I mean, every time he hit the clothesline from hell, though, to the recipient usually ate it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Emma was mean as hell, boy, when he threw that.
All right, moving on to the final inductee of 2020 was the New World Order. Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Sean Waltman, and Hulk Hogan. Hollywood Hogan, I suppose.
So
I said my piece on that whole NWO thing at one point.
I'm not sure exactly why Sean Waltman is included with the trio. I know he was a part of the NWO, but when most people think the NWO, they think Hall, Nash, and Hogan.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess you can't get the entire group. You'd
be there all day.
Everybody, the whole stage would be full of wrestlers. But I guess they're pretty close with Sean Waltman, the company, so I get it. But
I mean, outside of when it first started in WCW, wasn't Waltman like the second or third member to join though?
That may be true.
Oh, he was the sixth because that's why they call him.
Oh,
sixth.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, yeah.
Put that a little on the nose there. They did, but fair enough.
It's been a while. I've slept since then. but yeah,
I was like 4 when that all went down. So
everybody in the NWO, everybody was in the NWO.
Everyone was in the
NWO.
NWO.
If you were in WCW at some point, you were a part of the NWO, with the exception of a few wrestlers here and there, like maybe Ric Flair, Goldberg. Maybe I don't recall them being.
No, Goldberg never was. I want to say, did Ric Flair?
Nah.
Flair was never an NWO member.
I don't think Roddy. Well, Piper might have. I don't think he did.
No, he had that icon shirt that looked like the NWO shirt, but I don't think Piper ever did.
Maybe DDP too.
No, DDP didn't. He swerved him at the end where he was going to join.
Yeah.
He ended up giving a diamond cutter to somebody. I can't.
Scott Hall.
Yeah, Hall. Yeah.
Sounds right.
Yep. Yeah, but I mean, the contributions to the business, though, at the time, Hogan turning heel was the big thing. It never happened before.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, too, the only one that really did any contribution to the business, in my opinion, is Hogan. As much as, I hate the fact that, he was my childhood hero. He turned out to be a big piece of shit racist. But, I mean, really, what did Hall and Nash do besides shit on the business when they went out there and did the curtain call with Michaels and Hunter? I mean, look, I understand everybody, by now they know it's fake. By then they knew it was fake. Kayfabe really didn't exist. But when you did that, you just completely shit all over what provides for you and your family. And that, to me, is completely disrespectful. And that's why, in my opinion, ain't neither one of them worth the fucking plane they ride in on. Hogan, I'll give him a little more slack because he had something for the business, but he's still a piece of shit, in my opinion. And 6, X-Pac, 1, 2, 3 Kid, Sean Waltman, whatever. I ain't got no cross words with him. He's doing better, getting himself better. That's cool.
I mean, the biggest thing with like Nash and all that during the WCW NWO is the fucking finger poking doom.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
If I'm not mistaken, Nash was the fucking booker at that point. So
yeah, and once they started doing that shit too, like it was.
Well, that was
Nash got his hands on booking it. That's when it really started to go.
You can't say because Hogan also.
Hogan threw his weight around.
There's a lot of talent in WCW allowed to call their own shots in regards to their storylines and characters, which it's not really a good thing. I mean, I understand having input, that's good, but you got to have somebody kind of rein it in on them for.
Yeah,
too.
but they also
should have complete creative control. Yeah. Nobody should have of their and stuff. No.
And then when they went to fucking TNA, they destroyed that whole.
They did the exact same thing.
Yeah, that was when TNA immediately started to go downhill.
For sure.
All right, well, that will do it for the 2020 Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Now we're going to move on to a little segment. We're going to try a little bit something different here. We might do every week once we start going weekly, if everybody seems to like it all right. A friend of mine that I used to work with is a big wrestling fan and apparently a loyal listener to this show already, even though we're still in our early stages here. He's decided to send in a wrestling fun fact and maybe even a trivia question every week for the panel here. I'm the only one who's going to know the answer because I'm the one who corresponds with him. But we're going to play this video, and we're going to let the panelists listen to it as well, and then they're going to discuss the fun fact and the trivia question, see if they can come up with the right answer. So check this out.
Hello everyone, my name is Mike, and I have been tasked by Eric from the 3-Star Podcast to be your official wrestling fun fact guy. Now, I have been watching wrestling since I was like 4 years old, starting with Dick the Bruiser and the old Indianapolis wrestling organization called the WWA. And I have watched the World Wrestling Federation, now World Wrestling Entertainment, since around 1984. And I feel like I am a wealth of knowledge. Now, I'm not saying I'm all-knowing. If I give you a fun fact that you want to dispute and can prove that it is incorrect, I more than welcome it. Now, with it being WrestleMania week, your fun fact will involve Daniel Bryan and his career at WrestleMania. With him challenging for the Universal title this coming Sunday, I believe is the day that his match will be. Did you know that Daniel Bryan will be competing now in his 8th WrestleMania and his 9th WrestleMania match? Remember, he wrestled twice at 30. Did you know that he is the only man who has ever been successful in a world title match, an intercontinental title match, and a world tag team title match at Mania? Look it up. It's true. He won the world title at 30, was successful in defending the tag titles at 29, and won the Intercontinental title at 31. Now for a quick trivia before I go. Eric will know the answer to this, and the other two members of the panel, or however many members there might be, can debate and see if they can come up with the answer. Who is the only man to ever successfully defend a championship at WrestleMania? And by successfully defend, I mean actually won and did not retain by a DQ or a countout. Hope you all have a wonderful WrestleMania week, and thank you for watching.
Okay, so that was my friend Mike with doing a great job with the fun fact and the trivia question. I do want to clarify, though, for the panelists before they answer, he meant to say who is the first man to successfully defend their title at a WrestleMania. So, without Googling the answer, who do you guys think it is? Any clue?
Ultimate Warrior.
A singles match or a tag match, right? It's just the first successful title defense.
Well, yeah, but
defense.
I'll give you a hint, though. It is a single.
It is a single.
Yes.
Warrior. I have no clue.
Oh, you gotta go. You gotta think back, man. You gotta go because this is all of WrestleMania.
The entire history, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
So it'd be the first WrestleMania that had a winning. Fuck.
Yeah, successfully defend, not winning the title, defending the title.
God.
Does it have to be a man?
It's a dude.
It don't have to be, but it is, I guess.
Okay.
So I'll say that. I'm trying to help.
I was thinking fucking Moolah over here.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was thinking Wendy Richter.
Jaden?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm gonna go with Wendy Richter. You said it's a man, but I think I might dispute that, but I think it's Wendy Richter.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's Tony. And what did you say, Damon?
I thought Moolah, but I'm going to trust you on it's a man. So,
like I said, I'm trusting him with his facts here. Like he said, if anybody can prove him wrong, by all means, they're welcome to try. But he says he's got this down.
What? Can you do this? Can you tell us at least which WrestleMania it was at? Or do you not have that info?
I have the info. I
feel like that would give it away.
Okay, all right. I'm sticking with mine. I'm going to say Wendy Richter.
Brandon, want to take a shot in the dark?
Lou Fez. I have no fucking idea.
Lou, you went way too far back, my friend.
Oh my!
I'm gonna go with Piper. If we're gonna stick with a male wrestler, I'll add Piper with the IC title.
I don't even remember him having the IC title that far.
I thought he won the IC title.
He has, but we're talking
not at the first WrestleMania.
Yeah, we're talking like
probably the title match was JYD and Greg Valentine. I do remember that.
I can't remember.
I mean, it may not be that far back, but we'll We'll see.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it would be like the no-brainer would be Hogan, but I'm sure it's not Hogan. It just sounds like something they would give Hogan, though.
All right. Well, I guess I've made you guys wait long enough. I'll go ahead and give you guys the answer. None of you are right. Just so you know.
Fucking figured.
The answer is Randy Savage at WrestleMania 2. He defended the Intercontinental Championship and he defeated Georgie Animal Steel. Some people actually say it's Greg Valentine at WrestleMania 1. However, Mike claims that is wrong because he lost by count out when the referee restarted the match. So, the correct answer is Randy Savage at WrestleMania 2.
Yeah, because it's the person walking in with the title.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why it wouldn't be Wendy Richter, because she won it from. Okay, shit.
I told you.
That one, yeah, good shit.
I told you he's going to have some deep pulls. So
God.
get your history books ready.
So my final answer was Piper IC title. I was wrong about the person. I at least had the fucking title right.
You got the title right. Yeah, there you go.
Give me some credit for that.
Hey, in this game, it's not going to be easy, and I hate being the one who knows the answer. Maybe we can figure out a way where I can play this too. I don't know. We'll have to. We'll work with it and see what happens. But all right. So let's.
That's easy. Just don't have him give you the answer.
Well, we've got to be able to.
Know the answer.
Somebody's got to know the answer. Yeah. So otherwise we can't.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. But we'll see what we can do. But anyway, that was cool. That was a lot of fun.
That's ridiculous.
All right, let's move on to the 2021 Hall of Fame induction class. Again, we're kind of start at the bottom and kind of work our way to the top. There's a couple names that I think are like really top tier talent, and there's some that's, I don't know, it's debatable. We'll see what the panel thinks here. The Warrior Award this year is going to a man named Rich Herring. I don't know if any of you have even heard of him. I didn't.
No. I saw it on Twitter today. I think he's done backstage stuff.
Yeah, he's basically WWE Senior Vice President of Government Relations and Risk Management. Apparently, he's been there for lots of years, and just like Damon said, backstage stuff.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, that's initially what the Warrior Award was for.
Yes,
right? Like backstage hands and shit.
Right, and I was going to say this sounds something more like what Ultimate Warrior originally described the award as being something for.
Yeah, the behind the scenes guy.
Yeah, I know there was some inductees that some people thought, isn't exactly what Warrior was talking about, but for the most part, I think they've done a good job with this award. But this in particular is definitely exactly what he was talking about: stagehands, crew members, things like that. So in that case, I'm very happy to see this induction. All right, so we'll go on to the celebrity wing for 2021. All aboard the crazy train! It's Ozzy Osbourne.
I mean,
Ozzy's.
I don't really give a shit about what he. I don't care about what he contributed. Ozzy's Ozzy. So
now you'd have to ask my buddy Mike. I don't remember the early. I think he was involved in an early WrestleMania.
He was with the British Bulldogs.
Okay.
Oh, really?
And they fought the Killer Bees.
All right.
Yeah, that's gangster.
He was Matilda's handler, kind of, in a way.
Okay.
Gangster.
I think I do remember seeing that in someone else's video about weird things or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it was either WrestleMania 2 or 3.
Yeah, it was definitely early on. So far that I can barely remember it.
Rings a bell.
I mean, I need to watch some of those old WrestleManias again sometime soon.
Wrestle?
Yeah, wrestle.
WrestleMania.
I'm in the wrestling podcast business.
But Sal Mandini, you want to wrestle?
Yeah. All right, but
let me tell you what. I tell you what now. Be in the wrestling business over here.
fried taters.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into some more well-known names among the fan base, casual fan base, audience in general. Most people will know these names. Let's start with a name that a lot of people are going to agree may not be worthy of this, but for his country, maybe he is the big man himself, the great Khali.
Move on to something else.
I'm indifferent to it because I get the whole India market.
Yeah.
Tactic.
That's fine. Okay, yeah.
Now let's not.
India.
Now,
next
if we have any people from India watching, we love Great Khali. Hit that like and subscribe button.
Your man trash.
I mean, he did what he was supposed to do in the business.
Trash.
Mm-hmm. But Punjabi prison.
Terrible.
I mean,
terrible match.
I mean, you can't put that on him. That's more the company. But I mean,
He
even
was in the match.
well, the first match they did, he wasn't even in it. It was Big Show. It was,
I think wasn't he because he was injured?
Something like that. I can't remember the reason exactly why he was able to participate.
Dumb match. It's a dumb match concept.
Tony,
He's back in India because I believe he killed somebody here in the States while he was training them.
What? You mean accidentally? Apparently. I hope.
It was accidental. But the guy, I think it was a power bomb he was taking from Collie, and old boy busted his shit.
Well, it's not like I don't think Colley's got the greatest of balance anymore in particular, and that's a long fall.
It's a long fall. He was not very stable the last time I think we saw him actually on programming, which was when Ginger had the title.
Shoot, even when he was in his prime, he was never.
He had no mobility.
Yeah, I mean,
he just stand in the center of the ring and chop people in the head.
Brain chop them.
He did have that, that big mitten, for sure. But all right, well, we'll move on.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. How about Molly Holly?
Again, dope, she probably should have went in earlier, but
yeah, she dope.
Yeah,
she's stand-up girl, man. I'm watching that Beth Phoenix Icons, man, and she did a lot of shit for her.
Yeah. A lot of the ladies back in that era, if I remember correctly.
Good shit. I mean, her was it Super when she was with
Mighty Molly? Mighty Molly.
Yo, that was the shit.
Or Right to Censor. She was in that group.
Oh yeah, she was in that group too.
Or was that Victoria?
Wait.
I think maybe it was Victoria. Ivory. Thank you. My bad.
Yeah, but one of them chicks shaved their head for that.
Well, yeah, she even mentioned in her Hall of Fame speech that only 2 people had their head shaved. I think at WrestleMania, and she said
Angle and her.
I think.
Angle was King of the Ring. Wasn't
she mentioned Vince.
Vince.
Angle was King of the Ring. My bad.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So yeah.
I just want to go ahead and clarify something. That way, we're not throwing anything around there. So the guy's name was Bryan Ong, and it was May 28th, 2001. He died after receiving a flapjack from Great Khali. Previously in the day, he suffered a concussion, but the trainers gave him what it says is a lower evaluation for not avoiding injuries and told him to continue in training. In addition, it was proven that Ong did not receive protective gear or supervision by APW. That was the company that he was training with. And it was his second concussion that proved fatal. So the flapjack, the second time, is what killed him. And then the family sued for $1.3 million and won.
Sued Khali? Yeah. Well, I mean, see, to me, that's like, okay, he took the flapjack from Great Khali, but was that necessarily Khali's fault that he got? I mean, maybe that he got the concussion, but he didn't know it was going to kill him.
But that was the second concussion, though.
There was, and they're saying it was proven that the second concussion from the flapjack is what did him in. But they should have stepped in earlier when he got the first one and said, "Hey, no, sit down, not keep going."
That's on the medical team.
It's on the promoter,
on the promotion more. That would be the performer, in my opinion.
Whoever is in charge.
You said this is clear back in 2001, though.
May 28th, 2000.
Man, that must have been a long trial or something because he performed many times since then.
Oh yeah,
true. Yeah, that's true.
Wow. All right. Well, any more thoughts on Molly Holly before we move forward?
No. I mean, she deserves it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You want to talk about somebody who was a trailblazer and then started? It was like her. It been her and a couple other girls.
Her, Ivory, Victoria.
Yeah.
Trish Stratus,
even.
But they were still in that whole diva era, so to speak, and they were
in the Trish getting on all fours and barking like a dog era.
Yeah, and they were having
started with the Glow era. Ivory's been around for a hot second, so
yeah. And Jazz too. Jazz has been around for a hot minute too.
Yeah. Definitely well deserved.
Yeah.
My most memory of her, or most memorable memories of her, is like the was the hardcore title she won. Because they were like,
did she get it off her Crash?
Yeah. And I guess they debuted with the Hollies in general, hence the name. But yeah, so very well deserved.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's with the Hollies.
Bob and Crash.
I know of Bob and Crash. I didn't know Molly debuted with them.
Well, I don't know if she debuted with them, but she ended up being with them, and that's how she got.
Ended up got to the Holly. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, learn something new every day.
Yeah. All right. How about the former WCW promoter, Eric Bischoff? Promoter / creative. I don't know. Whatever you want to.
See, I don't get this, but I guess at the same time, if Vince can forgive some of the folks that he's forgiven, why not forgive the cat that tried to put you out of business and damn near did? I mean, Vince did get the last laugh, so it is what it is. But I mean, you can't say that Eric didn't contribute, So, yeah, cool.
I mean, yeah, Eric contributed in a huge way because the Monday Night Wars was going heavily towards WCW, and it tends to go, all right, let's step it up.
Yeah, change it up.
And they did
that.
Yeah,
And then when he finally did come to WWE as Raw general manager,
I thought he was good as the general manager there.
I liked him as the GM.
Yeah, because he was when he came out, it was real shock value because it was again.
That first time he came out.
Oh,
and then he hugged Vince. Yeah,
or
Vince hugged him or whatever. But yeah, that was I mean, again,
that's
at the time for that.
There's a fucking skunk outside my window.
I don't even want to talk about the ones around here.
Is there some sort of correlation between Skunk and Eric Bischoff?
There is
back in the day, but I mean, 20-some years ago with WCW, he was one of the most powerful names in the business. At the time,
he just went crazy with the shit, and then ultimately it led to
it just sinking ship at that point. But also, in podcasting as well, right?
Yeah, he does have a good podcast though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
no cap.
So very well deserved as well. I think despite what might have gone on in the past or whatever, but it's good to see WWE still welcome him for despite all that. The next inductee is the guy I just watched his induction speech to, was Rob Van Dam, the whole effing show.
Yo, okay, so I remember when I first saw an ECW pay-per-view, we had talked. Me and my buddy TJ talked to his grandpa because we wouldn't do it at his mom's house. We went to his grandpa's house, and we talked him into buying it was a Heat Wave. I can't remember when it was though. Anyway, it was Rob Van Dam was on there, and who was the dude that was with him that always blew that damn whistle? What was his?
Fonzie.
Yeah, he's doing. They're cutting a promo, and then I remember because TJ's grandpa was sitting over here, and we're watching this, and he goes, "The whole fucking show," and I went, "Oh." His grandpa was like, "What did he just say?" But yeah, Rob Van Dam for me. I mean, I used to love Rob Van Dam back in ECW, and then he was one of those guys when they got to WWE or when WWE bought ECW that stood out above a lot of the other guys.
Yeah, to me, I didn't know who he was until he got to WWE. I didn't follow ECW as much as most.
Trash.
Yeah, well, sorry, I try, but so yeah, I mean, I thought he had a great career, and I loved all the stuff I know the invasion angle wasn't necessarily done the best, but I thought he was a highlight to some degree. Mm-hmm. Speaking of highlight, though, he even said during his induction speech, and I quote, "I don't know of a better high than giving a 5-star frog splash. ... Seems like I would know." So
Jesus.
Yeah, so I thought that was a funny quote that he had there.
Well, it was like the last couple of years. He was when I don't even know if they still do it, but like he was with Impact, and I don't know what the fuck his character was, but apparently
he bloated is what it was.
He just
that hot tub scene though, bruh.
Got either Impact entirely or just himself just yeeted off of Twitch.
Yeah.
Wow.
His old lady that was like in this hot tub or some shit, and the way the camera was, she moved, and either some of the suds or whatever just came off the front of her. You saw, I was like, "Yo!"
That immediate ban off of Twitch.
They was like, "We're done here."
And TNA or Impact aired it.
They didn't know until it was too late. Like, would you go?
Yeah, they were. It's when they were doing stuff on Twitch live on Twitch or something.
Gotcha. Yeah, they're showing their matches on Twitch and shit, and
that happened.
Yeah. What about you, Tony? You got any thoughts on Rob Van Dam?
I could give a fat baby's dick.
Demonetized.
Okay. Yeah. So if anybody hasn't noticed yet, Tony's our lightning rod. To get us. All right. If that's the case, we'll move on. We'll move on to the main event of 2021. Maybe
I think the word you're looking for there is headliner, Eric.
headliner, main event. Yeah, sure.
Man, you trash.
Yeah, but the Big Red Mayor, Kane.
I mean, all right, let's calm down.
I tried.
AKA Fake Diesel, AKA Isaac Yankum, AKA the Unabomber in Smoky Mountain. Yeah, Kane.
Wait, he was legit called the Unabomber?
Yeah, in Smoky Mountain for Jim Cornette.
I didn't know that either.
No idea.
No clue.
Yeah, Undertaker came down. Corny had him do a match with Taker. Taker vouched for him that day, and that's when they started getting him ready to come up to the defend.
Man.
But I do remember Isaac Yankum because I was
yeah.
like, yo,
Mhm.
no thank you.
Yeah.
If I walk
Jerry
into a
Lawler's
dentist
personal
office-
dentist.
If I walk into a dentist office and that was my dentist, I'm turning around ASAP. These bitches
I don't
gonna
like
fall
the
out.
dentist.
Damn.
And that would.
He had that Jerry curl going on though, man. That blonde
did.
Jerry curl. I'll be worried something dripping in my mouth.
For real, he over there activating and pulling teeth. Crack, crack, crack.
I mean, there's also a guy who, how long was his career? Easily, as Kane alone, was easily, what, 20 years?
I say 20 plus, to be honest.
97 is when he
Is that the
debuted.
Hell in a Cell match?
97, 98.
Yes.
Yeah. Bad Blood, Shawn Michaels versus Taker, first Hell in a Cell.
Mm-hmm.
And he was
I
wrestling.
remember when he
97, 98.
showed up that
I want to
night.
say 97.
I think it was, yeah.
I remember when he showed up that night, and it was like
Then that's 20 plus years just as Kane alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
to see him standing there in front of Taker, and you know, the first time you see Taker like rattled by anybody,
Yeah.
and
Frozen.
then- yeah,
He ripped that
and I was
door off
like,
the cage.
Yo, this man is real.
Mhm. The pyro, the red lighting, the whole nine. They,
Oh, and I loved his entrance music.
yeah, at the time. Yeah, well, I mean, all of his
My
interest music been
Chemical
pretty good.
Romance.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I think that was even before he
Oh, not
had.
My Chemical Romance, you
Which one
jackass.
was that? What the fuck was
I
that?
think
My
at the time it was
Chemical
mostly
Romance.
just.
Whatever the fuck it
It
was.
was probably just you know.
I
The
had
name
him
of
on
the
my
song
phone
was
for
called
like ever.
Chemical Burn, and it was by.
I
Assume
whatever.
Jim Johnston.
That's why
Yeah,
I-
Jim Johnson was the
No,
original.
it wasn't. It was when they were having other musicians. I mean,
Yeah,
Johnston was helping and whatnot, but hold on, now I gotta fucking look.
I just know the original theme had no lyrics or nothing like that. It was just.
It was on my phone. I
Yeah.
couldn't find it.
But yeah, but you know, long standing career. I wish he'd won more world titles personally. I know he had a few, but
I loved him and Taker's feud though.
oh yeah, Taker and Kane, whether they be teammates, opponents, always had great
Oh
chemistry.
no, when they became the Brothers of Destruction, I was like, well, it's a wrap.
Yeah, no one was going to touch him at that point. I also really enjoyed how they had Undertaker inform him that he was going to go into the Hall of Fame, and it almost looked like he was either stunned, shocked. He just had no words, and that's the first time I've ever kind of seen him in that moment like that. So
Figure 11 was the name of the band, sang Kane's current and previous entrance music.
okay, yeah, he's had a lot of iterations over the years for sure, but it's just crazy to think it's been that long, and if you count, say, Dr. Isaac Yankum and all the other stuff, I mean,
How can we forget Corporate Kane too?
yeah. I
Do you
mean,
remember when the
It's
mask,
the same way I forgot I had gonorrhea.
bruh? Do you remember when the mask came off for the first time? though?
yeah, I think RVD was in the ring, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
Was
dude,
it?
that's
There was
it.
a match against RVD, was it not?
Might have been.
Yes, it was.
Man.
And he turned around.
It's he,
He had
He
like.
turned around and that fucking makeup was running down his face. Yeah,
And-
that shit was pretty good.
Did he still have hair
he
at
should
that
have
point?
looked like Bray Wyatt looks like now. That's what Kane should have looked like when he took the fucking mask off.
Oh man,
They didn't have the technology though.
It's just
couldn't
special.
rebuild
It's
it.
makeup, man. It's just makeup.
But his
I know,
hairline
I
was like
know.
all the way back here.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he had.
His hairline was back, bro.
I mean, how could
Like
you also
somebody-
forget the shit with Lita and Snitsky as a career?
We can't forget that shit.
There's a lot of things.
Yeah, that's when
My
that was
God.
during the time I was first started to watch. So that's why.
Who needs
That's
Planned Parenthood when you got Snitsky?
Yeah, there you go.
No my.
Oh,
Hand that man a steel chair, he'll take care of it.
Legitimate? You think Heidenreich will get inducted into the Hall of Fame at some point?
Hey, at some point they're gonna run out of
if
names.
if they induct him, they gotta have Michael Cole do the
Heiden.
induction.
I mean, at some point they're going to run out of names, right? They're going to have to.
We just drop down the B-list stars?
I mean, you're.
Are we not already there?
Great Khali. I mean,
Yeah,
I know he's a
Shaq
former world
headlining.
champion, but
Yeah, but he's not headlining either.
no, he's not headlining. I suppose.
The day Heidenreich headlines, I'm done.
I mean, to me, obviously, there's a few big names like Undertaker. Clearly,
Taker, Batista.
Batista
Hunter.
was supposed to go in last year, 2020. I was about ready to ask you about him, but I guess they're going to
Scheduling
save him
issue.
for next year so he can have fans actually.
Yeah, and I get it. That's totally fair. But I guess we'll talk about him maybe next year.
Yeah, there's still a good
How long
chunk
till
of names
Taker?
for headlining.
How long
Taker?
does Taker get the headlines?
I think next year, because I think the WrestleMania.
Is it going to be in Texas, right?
I think it's supposed to be in Texas. So
Yeah.
that to me makes the
Taker
most
down.
sense. And
Whatever one goes to Dallas next. I heard Vegas might be. Vegas might get 40, which would be 2 years from. Yeah. So.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, there's still a good group of names out there. Like I said, Taker, Cena, Batista, Hunter.
Yeah, you can start getting into the newer, generations of wrestlers. The more we go on, so it might not be as bad as a lot of people think. But
The Young's hand.
I mean, if the Peacock Network don't edit it out first, but there's always that possibility. So, all right. Well, if anybody else have any other thoughts on the Hall of Fame inductions, or we
No, Peacock trash, bro.
But yeah.
Look, man. Here's the thing, guys. I don't know why everybody is giving Peacock such a hard time. I mean, they're trying. They're doing everything they can. You got to give him some time, man.
You're right.
Oh, yeah,
You're right,
it is
Sam.
still fresh.
I jumped the gun on that. My bad, Peacock. On some real shit. My fault. You know what I'm saying? I was being.
You should apologize, because who knows? Maybe
You know what I'm
maybe
saying?
Peacock might be a sponsor for us one day.
Yeah, let me hold tight on that, Peacock. My bad, fam. 100.
Hey,
Look, man. Wise man once said, "Give the cock time to grow and see what happens."
And on that note,
yeah, we're going to wrap it up before we get completely shut down. Thank you.
Worried about getting shut down. It's inevitable at this point.
Yeah.
Love you, Tony, but you're going to
like-
get canceled.
it's like Thanos. It's inevitable.
3 shows in. All right, everybody. So on that note, we're going to say goodbye, but I think we are going to come back tomorrow with our review of NXT Night 1, correct? Hopefully. Maybe. We'll discuss it.
Yes. Yeah,
we'll
I'll be there.
discuss it.
I'll be here for that.
I'm fine.
I'll be there for it, man.
All right, then. Well, on that note, take care and thanks for watching.